Hey, welcome. This is Lauren Morgan. I'm the membership director with the Tampa Bay Builders Association. We welcome you to our webinar this Thursday, a kind of cloudy morning. We have Brian and Kevin and Jim and Terry with us right now, and we're about to get started. But I know we're all familiar with Zoom or GoToMeeting or different webinar platforms, but just as a reminder, at the bottom of your screen, there is a chat button. We'll utilize this feature for any questions, comments, feedback, compliments, high fives, whatever you need. So just please look for that on the lower toolbar. If we get to the end of today's webinar and you want to speak or be featured on here, you can definitely raise your hand and we can get to you at that point. Also, there's unmute and stop video if we do start engaging with the participants at that time. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'll throw it over to Brian, our SMC president. Thank you. Good morning.
All right. Thank you, Lauren. Appreciate that. See if I can share my screen real quick. All right. There we go. Welcome to our digital marketing expert panel. And again, my name is Brian Swartzwelder. I'm the owner of Gray Street Studios Photography, as well as your current SMC president, along with a few other things. So let's get started. I've thought a lot about this webinar. I'm going to talk about in a minute some of my expertise as far as content for the internet marketing at this point, but I just wanted to answer a couple of questions that I've had in my head. People have been asking on some of the other webinars and stuff. One of them is there's a lot going on in this world, and should we be marketing right now? Should we be reaching out to everybody? And my opinion is overwhelmingly yes. With useful and thoughtful content, it's really a great time to reach out to everybody. Honestly, there's a lot going on. Families are searching for a safe place to call home. There's a lot of change going on, and they're looking for information out there for one. Also, there's a surge of renters looking to purchase single-family homes. I've heard a lot of stories about an uptick in new home sales because people in apartment communities with a lot of people around and everything, they're looking to get out of that scenario and into a safer environment for their family. And the other major thing is, as we all know, screen time is up, right? I mean, we've all spent a lot of time on our computer before, but we're definitely spending even more time on the computer. And what's everybody doing on their computer? Shopping online, right? While you're shopping on Amazon, it's a great time to be looking at houses and trying to find information for the next step in everybody's lives. And also one other thing that I've been thinking about is employment opportunities. You know, one of the sad things aside from the virus that's going on is there's a lot of people out of work right now. It's a tough situation for a lot of people, but in our industry, you know, we've been deemed essential and a lot of people are still working and people are looking for jobs. So in my opinion, not only trying to market and reach out to people, it's a great time to look for employees as well. There's a lot of people in the restaurant industry and stuff like that that would love a chance at and get into the subcontractors industry. So I think that's a great opportunity as well. So take consideration on that. So from there, what is useful and thoughtful content? I've been thinking about this a lot as well. I know there's been a lot on the internet, but just a couple ideas I came up with just to consider, get your mind flowing. Cooking and grilling at home. You know, everybody's trying new recipes, working at home. I think it's a great time to show off grilling ideas like that, of course, in your brand new kitchen in your model home, right? Florida outdoor lifestyle. That's one thing that's awesome about Florida that everybody loves. Being outside, all our amenities, our trails, our pools and everything. You know, it's a great time to show all that stuff off. Talk about the options in your brand new communities, right? Tips on homeschooling. People are thinking, I need that bonus room, office space. Both my kids are at home, driving me nuts right now, right? Point is, these days, everyone's discovering the shortfalls of their current living situation at this moment. So it's a great time to give some people some ideas, reach out there, touch base with them, They might not buy a house tomorrow, but they're certainly looking for ideas and ways to change their lifestyle going forward. So how do we do that? Build useful and thoughtful content. My portion of this talk, I'm going to speak to what I know, which is visual elements, photography, video, Matterport. Run that off real quick. And architectural photography. Main thing we do is professional architectural photography. Pictures worth 1,000 words. In my opinion, your website these days, the visual elements, the videos, the pictures, all that kind of stuff needs to come to the forefront of your website. Bring that forward. Let people know you're out there. Make sure you're showcasing all your properties in their best light. You know, just get that visual content out there. Give people a chance to shop for. Again, I mentioned amenities in your neighborhood, showing off your neighborhoods, what people like, all the swimming pools and stuff. I know it's tough right now because all the amenity centers are closed down, but it's a fantastic time to take people on a tour of the amenity center. Take your camera out there, shoot a little video, show off the community. You don't have to worry about the residents hanging out at the pool and, you know, showing them off on the internet, which they might not like. And one other thing about photography is emotion is the #1 trigger of the affluent buyer. Everybody recognizes that building. They know what it is, what it means to them. Expensive furniture, but those emotions are what cause people to shop and buy. So go with that. Aside from photography, video is a great option. You know, there's some statistics on the side there. You guys can read them. I'm not going to read them all to you, but one that I found extremely interesting. It says by 2022, online video will be more than 82% of all online traffic. Crazy to me. And also the other one that's pretty crazy, viewers retain 95% of the video, the information they watch in a video versus 10% when they're reading it. This is obviously a professionally done video of showcasing the parade of homes, but honestly, these days, you know, taking people on a walking tour of your community, of your model, as long as it's sincere and thoughtful, you know, my opinion, it doesn't even have to be professional right now. Just show people that you're out there, that you're willing to help, answer any questions that they have right now, and can help them as things move forward. The other main thing I do, which I think is a necessary staple these days with the situation we're in, Matterport virtual tours. This is actually just a screenshot video of one that I've done. But the great thing about these is when you're sitting at home on your computer, potential buyers can literally walk through the entire house. They can spin around, click from one place to the other, see how big the kitchen is, the bedrooms, the closets, all that kind of stuff. Definitely keeps people on your website searching for more information. And my personal opinion on a Matterport, that if somebody's viewed that, walked through there, really love the house, and they still call for an appointment and want to come meet with you guys, you're really halfway home at that point. And it's just a matter of talking out the numbers and making sure they love that house. So that's my opinion on Matterport. And again, that's my little presentation on visual content to add to the internet right now. And as this program goes on, Kevin's going to talk for a minute about some more ideas on visual content. If you don't have a completed project ready yet to showcase with photography, virtual tours and stuff like that. And then from then, Jimmy and Terry are going to show us ways to use all that content, put it out there and maximize everything. So with that, I want to introduce Kevin Kemp of Kemp Design, and he's going to give us some information on renderings. All right. Welcome, Kevin. By the way, you're muted.
Kevin, I went ahead unmuted you, but just as a reminder for the panelists, you can unmute yourself at the bottom of the left screen on your toolbar, okay?
Yeah,
Sounds
so
good.
thanks, Lauren. It wouldn't let me unmute for some reason. It just told me that you had muted me. So anyway, sorry about that, guys. So I am Kevin Kemp with Kemp 3D. Kemp 3D is a subsidiary of Kemp Design Services. We're a full-service graphic design and web marketing company. But Kemp 3D specializes in creating marketing tools for builders and developers. And so primarily what we do is we take this, which is your CAD construction drawings, it can be CAD, Revit, SketchUp. We've even taken detailed drawings on the back of a napkin, and we take that and we turn it into this, which is a photorealistic, 3D rendering. I don't really know how much of our audience has used renderings in the past, so I'm going to talk just a little bit about renderings and then how we recommend that they get used. So primarily, there are a number of rendering options, and the first one is a watercolor rendering. It's very easy to use to give people kind of a general look and feel of the home or whatever your construction project may be. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't provide specific details of your design elements. And so a lot of times we recommend a photorealistic rendering, and there's a number of those that are available. So this one on the screen is a 2D rendering, where we basically take the front elevation of your plan and we paint it and landscape it so that your clients can get an idea of what it's going to look like before it's built. These are great when you're on a budget because you don't have to create a 3D model of the house digitally. So oftentimes that saves on design time, which saves on overall costs. So if you want to market your construction project and you don't have anything built yet, and you're definitely on a tight budget for your marketing, a 2D rendering is a great way to go. And then of course there's the 3D renderings, and this is pretty much our bread and butter at Kemp 3D. And so the idea there is to, again, provide your prospective customer with images of the models that you build before you ever break ground. And so whether you're a custom home builder that builds on a specific lot and you've got designs that you want to display, or you're a full developer, developing multiple models in a neighborhood, renderings are a great way to specify the different features that you have, whether that's a garage for your helicopter, or whether you have a fantastic model home and you want to show off some special features, whether that's like a fountain in the middle of the driveway or something fancy, or just your models and various options. This model actually has a outdoor garden tub, but I don't think you can see it because I think our pictures are blocking it. So I'll plan better next time. You don't have to just show the exterior front elevation of a house. You can show different design elements that are important to you. So this builder wanted to show off not only the front of the house, but the fantastic pool and waterfall and hot tub feature that he was developing, as well as all the balconies on the back end of the house. Not only do you have the option of exterior renderings, but you can use renderings for interiors as well. Again, the idea is to provide your potential client with a view of what the house is going to look like before it's built. And they don't want to just know what it looks like on the outside, but they want to know what it's going to look like, when they're living in it. So interior renderings are a great way to go. Again, we use the same construction drawings to create the interior models, and then we use the materials that you provide for us. So what flooring are you using, paint colors, trim color, the different features, and we can basically create those so that they're pretty exact. It's a great way to show off special features. So like in this room, they wanted to highlight the fireplace and the wooden beams on the ceiling and the archways. So if you have special design elements that you want to show, your customers can really get a good visual of what that's going to look like, before it's built. but the idea isn't just to create pretty pictures. The idea is to take those and use them and provide information to your clients so that they can choose you as their builder of choice. And so the traditional way of doing it was creating the brochures, you know, the marketing slicks, whatever you want to call them, where you take the rendering or one of Brian's photos of the house and you slap it on a brochure with the pertinent information, your logo, your contact information, some information about the specific model home. And those are still great. I mean, everybody I know who's ever bought a house has a folder full of these things from the various, you know, model homes and builders that they visited, and they, you know, they have the ones that they really like. But today, any of these that you have or are considering creating need to be digital. You can make versions of these that you can either put on Facebook or simplified versions that can go on your Instagram accounts and those kind of things that I think are very important for people to be able to find and see. You want people to be able to visit your models, you know, from the comfort of their couch and their laptop, their tablet, their phone. Not only do you want to consider, you know, displaying the houses that you build, but also, you know, if you're a developer that's building, you know, entire neighborhoods, you want to consider, you know, displaying the whole development. So, you know, here's a great example of kind of like a bird's eye view of a development. And these are very easy to create because, you know, when you're creating a development, you still have the same kind of CAD plans with where the roads are going to go, where the stormwater ponds are, the lot lines. A lot of times there's a landscaping plan that we can follow, those kinds of things to really help your clients visualize, you know, what their neighborhood is going to look like. So it's all about, you know, selling a vision, you know, not just the home, but the entire area of where they're going to live. A great way to use renderings is also to show off your design features. So you're not going to have a model home with all of your different design features, but you can have a digital library of all your design features. So if you have homes that have alternate balconies or material types, is it stone? Is it stucco? Is it brick? If you have, you know, options for different roof types like shingles versus S-tile. All of those things can be in a digital library that you can have your clients either see online or even see when they visit you at your model home. And so all of these design elements are very easy to create digitally and great for your portfolio. And then I don't know if we have any commercial builders in the audience today, but everything I said for residential certainly applies to commercial as well. If you're building you know, office space or warehouse space, renderings and animations can help your clients visualize those things as well. And so the last thing I want to talk about is animations. I absolutely agree with Brian that a photo is worth 1,000 words. So if a photo is worth 1,000 words, what's video worth? And again, just to echo what Brian said, you know, YouTube is the largest social media platform in the world now. It's bigger than Facebook. People consume obscene amounts of YouTube videos. And so being able to show your model homes and the amenity centers and things like that are great on a YouTube channel and on Facebook and on your website to make sure that you are you know, selling the lifestyle, showing people what it's going to look like to live you know, where you're working. And this one is a video we did of an amenity center. Again, it's, you know, it's showing, you know, the cool options that people would have, like, you know, a poker room, a kitchen, a dining area, an exercise room, a business center, and then it has an indoor pool. So be thinking about not just how to market the homes that you sell, but also the amenity centers. And, you know, I absolutely agree with Brian, you know, showing off those things, you know, the kitchens, the outdoor living, you know, all those things are very, very important. And so if you already have them built, by all means, make sure you have photography taken of those things. But if you want to start marketing them before you ever break ground, renderings and animations are the way to go. So with that, I'm going to let this video run out, and I look forward to answering any questions you may have, and just thanks for your time. So Brian, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Lauren, can you unmute me?
You're good. We can hear you.
All right. All right, cool. Appreciate that, Kevin. And like I said, that is the first part of our presentation today. So now that you have all the visual elements to showcase your communities, your homes, let everybody shop at home, we're going to start talking about what you do with all that while you got it. So to start us off with that is Jimmy Schaefer of Rural Reach Marketing. So appreciate your help, Jimmy, and you're welcome to take it away.
All right. Good morning. Brian, if you want to unshare your screen.
Yep, working on it. There we go. Boom.
Right. There we go. Good morning, everybody. I think I can't tell who's out there, but I think probably a lot of you are familiar with me. Jimmy Schaefer, owner of Real Reach Marketing. I've been doing marketing for home builders and developers before there was an internet. So back in the dial-up days, and you get to AOL, which was the only place you could go back then. It's changed quite a bit. But now that we're talking about video, I want to talk a little bit today about how you're going to use video. And specifically today, we're going to talk about how to use video for SEO, which is something that I don't see many builders doing right now. And it's pretty easy. It's 6 steps we're going to go through pretty quickly. And this is just one strategy that we use to push your videos out. We've done so many videos for builders and developers that a year later I go back and say, you got 100 views on this video. What did you do with it? And they're like, well, we put it on our website. And there's more things you can do with it to really get exposure. So that's kind of what I want to talk about today. So like I said, a lot of you are already using video. You're doing community videos with the flyovers and the amenity centers. The About Us videos talk about how you're better than the builders. These are all great videos. If you're not using video in your email marketing, you should be. On average, they get 6% higher open rates if you have video in the subject line. And I love these online sales counselor to sales counselor handoff videos. There's a Trendmaker Homes did a great sample. And if you go to realreachmarketing.com, you'll see the sample there, and you should watch this. You only have to do it once per sales agent. So the online sales counselor says, we've been working together for a while. I know you have an appointment with Susie tomorrow. I just wanted to introduce you. And then Susie says, hi, looking forward to meeting you tomorrow. We're ready for you. We know exactly what you want. And it's a great video to send out the day before the prospect's going to come into the on-site model center. So take a look at that on the website. You'll see a sample. Spokesmodel videos. So the auto industry has been using spokesmodel videos for years, and that's because they work. They're affordable. If you don't have someone in your office that's good on camera, spokesmodels are perfect. Do the green screen. You can take one of Kevin's virtual renderings. If you're not building yet, you have the spokesmodel showing the rendering. So it's actual speaking and walking through. It's a great combination of the both of those. And then the animated sales process. You may have seen some of those we've been doing lately since the process has changed right now with the distancing. A great way to explain how you can still buy a home in this market. Again, very affordable. But today I want to specifically talk about how you can use and leverage YouTube on your website to actually increase the people coming to your website. And that's because Google owns YouTube. You may know that. And they love to cross-promote those platforms. So Google likes having a YouTube video on your website. And Forrester ranking says that you're 53 times more likely to show up on the first page of Google if you have an embedded YouTube video on your website. So how do you do that? 6 easy steps. I'm going to go kind of quickly, but I have a video on YouTube. If I lose you here, and you can watch that and slow it down. So first, choose your page. Is it your home page, your community page, your About Us page? Pick the page that you really want to rank on Google. Secondly, pick the keywords. The keywords are going to be the words that you want someone to type into Google and find that page. For this one, it's new homes in Odessa. So for builders, a community page works really well. If you're an AC repair person, AC repair in Odessa works as well. So whatever those keywords are, you can use them. Step number 3, actually produce the video. And they can be any of the videos that we just talked about. The lifestyle video, the talking head about us video, the animated video, or the green screen and the Kevin's video of the animation. But they have to have a script. So not just the music of the flyover and the drone. No, you have to have a script and you have to have a voiceover. And in the script, you have to include those keywords 3 times: the beginning, the middle, and the end. Step number 4, optimize both the video and the page. So upload the video to YouTube. Make sure that the title has those keywords in it. The description has those keywords in it. And you have hashtags with those keywords in it. And make sure it's totally set up for that optimization. And then you want to upload something called an SRT file. Whoever produces your video should know how to also export that SRT file. And what that is a closed caption of the voiceover. And these platforms can read that. So Google, Facebook, any of those platforms that you're going to upload this video to, you upload that SRT file as well to even maximize the results of these keywords. And then you optimize the page. This is actually a WordPress site with a plugin in it. And I'm not going to go through all the ways to optimize the page. You probably have someone that knows how to do that. You want to make sure all those buttons are green. The alt text has those keywords in it, the description. Again, opposite for these keywords, make sure that page matches. Step number 5, embed the video on that page. Simple, easy to do. You're probably doing it already. Just take the code, put it on the page where you want it. Step number 6 is to actually promote the page. You don't want to send the link to the video out. You want to promote the URL to that page. So Google, and part of Google's algorithm is how many page views that page gets. So put it in your social media, send it to bloggers, send it to realtors, and actually push that page out so it gets more views. And then watch your rankings go. And they should, as Google finds it with that, it should go up, make its way to the top for those keywords. So this is one strategy of your video. We have different strategies for Facebook, different strategies for LinkedIn. Maybe we can do those another time. Or if you go to my YouTube page, Real Reach Marketing, YouTube/Real Reach Network, you can see some videos there as well for some of these products. It is right there, YouTube Real Reach Network, and the contact information. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to Brian, who can give you to Terry.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming out today. I'm going to talk to you about 3 platforms for marketing online. Each one of them really could be its own topic. I mean, Jimmy just went through a very small piece of what SEO is, and there's a whole nother realm of that. So each one of these 3 topics could be their own complete, show, if you will. I'm Terry Zelen with Zelen Communications. I've been in Tampa since '79. I'm a member of the board at the Tampa Bay Builders Association, member of the SMC and Florida SMC as well. And my agency's been in Tampa since 1992, so I think I'm the senior here on the board. And our agency focuses on the art and science of website marketing along with traditional marketing. And what we found over the years is that most builders and developers don't know if their marketing and their websites are working properly or to their full potential. What we do is help them to assess and optimize both to ensure desired outcomes. So today we're talking primarily about online marketing, and one of the biggest challenges that exist is that the sheer number of websites that are out there. As of April 2020, there's over 1.7 billion websites on the internet. With that fact, I like to always refer back to the movie by Kevin Costner, which was Build It and They Will Come. The problem is they won't. They can't, if you don't market the site, they can't find you. So we find clients who will build a beautiful website, they'll spend a lot of money on it, and then they complain because no one finds it. So marketing is really important from that aspect. So there are some solutions. Jimmy touched on SEO, and the on-site content is fantastic, but if the people don't get to your website, then they never get to see it. So these are 3 excellent solutions for building quality traffic to your company's website. And the first one is pay-per-click advertising. This is primarily done through Google, but you can also do pay-per-click advertising on Facebook, and now Twitter has just launched capabilities to do it there. So you're going to see more and more of the online sites that offer pay-per-click advertising. And strategically, from our standpoint, we find this to be one of the best short-term marketing practices or strategies, because you could be starting at ground zero. You're a brand new builder, or you have a brand new development, so there's no brand awareness for you at this point in time. What pay-per-click allows you to do is starting a pay-per-click campaign where, as soon as you start bidding on specific keywords such as new community, Tampa Bay, or what have you, you will start showing up as long as Google picks up your ads. They'll show up across the top of the page on Google on Google search pages. And the benefit to pay-per-click is immediate visibility. Even if people do not click on the pay-per-click ads themselves, at least your name is showing up at the top of the page, which is really critical. And so that's why we consider it one of the best short-term. However, SEO is what we feel is actually the best long-term strategy. And the reason being is consumers do not trust ads as much as they trust the organic listings in Google. So you have your ads first, then you'll have the map, or the map of locations of businesses that are relevant to your keyword search. And then you'll have the Google organic listings. Consumers far out trust the organic listings over the paid ads. And a lot of times you'll see that you'll do a keyword search for a specific item or product, and you'll get ads that make no sense whatsoever. So a lot of people have seen that. There's confusion in it, and they say, well, I'm going to trust these listings that have gotten here organically. And SEO is a long-term strategy because it also takes longer to take hold. We recommend for clients that they don't actually take on SEO unless they're willing to commit to at least a year. At about the 6-month mark, you'll start to see a rise in your rankings, and your keywords will start to come up. But truly, it takes longer to really start to penetrate, especially in a crowded marketplace like home building and communities and so forth. So it's a commitment, but it pays off over time. And we feel it's a very positive strategy for getting traffic to your site. And then the third thing I'm going to talk about is retargeting. So retargeting is in its initial phases on the internet, was basically someone came to your website, you would drop a cookie in their browser, and we would follow them around the internet. Different companies in the beginning had different portfolios of websites. So your strategy was to find the best retargeting company that had the largest portfolio of sites, or had the sites that you wanted. So for real estate, we would want to make sure that that retargeting company that was placing your banner ads would have Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, Weather Channel, and so forth. So you knew you were covering the bases for your audience, so that when they left your website, one of your banner ads would pop up. If they went to Zillow and that was part of the network, one of your banner ads would pop up there and follow you around the internet. It's a great tool. We've seen the only real problem we see with it is your bounce rate tends to go up with retargeting. Because a lot of people will click to the site. The banner ad is so short, it's essentially a billboard. So what you can describe there is not necessarily what you offer. So a lot of times when they get to your site, they say, oh, this isn't exactly what I was looking for, and then will leave. So bounce rates tend to go up. The thing that we look at all 3 of these tactics for is primarily a focus is delivering qualified traffic to your website. Without doing that, you really, you have no visibility online. So it's really important that you market your site online for visibility. And a lot of times people say, well, what if I want to do a mix? We have performed all 3 strategies at one point in time for a client. We'll see how well our return on investment is. We may keep a portion of the pay-per-click advertising going even while we're doing the SEO. And then if we really want to get a bump in traffic, we will add into the mix the retargeting. Not everybody can afford that, but as opportunities arise, we like to change and shift our strategy over time to see what provides the best return for our clients. Resources, we offer these free online resources to help provide you with the latest marketing trends. Recently, we launched a website. It is called thepunchlist.com. On this site, I write an article literally every week. We are close to 75 articles now. We cover everything from artificial intelligence to COVID-19 to billboard design, signage, print collateral. If it has to do with marketing for builders or developers, it's a free resource. We put out a bi-weekly newsletter, which you can sign up for free. And again, all of this content is available on the site. So we really wanted to try and make a resource for the builders and developers, not just locally, but on nationwide to have access. And then we recently kicked off a real estate marketing strategies for home builders and community developers. This is a group that we created on LinkedIn, and we've been building that slowly but surely. And that again is another resource online for builders and developers to go to. We offer the same sorts of articles plus conversations. So builders and developers have the ability to go to the group and talk about issues or concerns that they have. And so it's a great resource. And then finally, we created a website for just SEO. This is apart from our normal agency, Zelen Communications, where this strictly offers articles on SEO only. And there are new articles put up 2 a month. So if you're looking for just SEO information, you can find it here at the SEO Chameleon. And then finally, thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity to come on, talk to everybody. I know we're all going stir crazy and want to get out. I got the opportunity to shave and put on some real clothes, at least from the top half. I'm in jeans for the rest of the way here. But if you have any questions or I can help you, each one of these topics is really in depth. So hard to cover it in a short time, but there's my email and phone number. So thank you.
All right. Appreciate that, Terry. Lots of great information today. I appreciate that from everybody, spending time and jumping in here. If anybody has any questions out there that's listening, feel free to type that in and ask that real quick. We can certainly help you out with that. I just want to make one quick comment on the making sure you have this thoughtful and useful content right now. I was on a National Home Builders chat yesterday, and they mentioned on there that people are online, they're watching these videos. If you have a great post, thoughtful and engagement over the last month or so, the engagement of those videos have been up 20 to 25% over the way it was just a couple months ago. Reversely, if it's not thoughtful and helpful these days, they're definitely punishing you for it. And engagement has been down 27%, which really overall, that's a 50% delta. So if you're doing it right, putting the right content out there, reaching out to people and trying to help them through this current environment, 50% return on your efforts and great number of followers following that. I just have a quick question I'll ask Terry real quick. Are there specific strategies you use for SEO, PPC, and retargeting for a client that you could answer real quick?
Yeah, you know, as I was saying, if we have a client that's just getting started, they're a brand new company, we would suggest that they do pay-per-click advertising to launch. At least it gets their name out there and creates some visibility while you're building the SEO in the background. Traditionally, we found that from a retargeting standpoint, we like to see the traffic at least 1,500 hits a month of unique traffic before we actually implement retargeting. Below that, you're not getting a great return on your investment. So we try to keep that in mind. We follow the tracking on the site and then the Google Analytics to see how much traffic they're actually achieving before we integrate, new tactics, because we want to make sure that they're getting their money's worth.
Cool, appreciate that. And Jimmy, I had one question for you too. You're talking about the online strategy. I'm put you on the spot a little bit here, but let's just say a regular video that you put out there, no following your rules with Google and YouTube and all that stuff versus if you were to take the same video and follow out there, make sure the SEO is good on that. I mean, what kind of target rate are you talking? You know, say if I get 50 people to look at the video, doing it the old fashioned way, and if you can play the rules right and learn the game, then what kind of return on that? Just traffic wise.
Specifically on YouTube?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just wondering if you put a video out there and, you know, just put it out there and hope somebody watches it versus following your rules, get the SEO behind it and stuff. I mean, what kind of percentage of increase?
On the traffic to your channel. So YouTube has a bunch of analytics behind it, and the same way that Google does. It depends on how many people watch your video once you launch it, and then how long they watch it. And if it's a really good video and people stay till the end and you have enough traffic, then Google will push that up as well. I mean, YouTube will push it up as well.
Cool. That sounds great. Well, Lauren can chime in if she needs to. I don't see anything in the questions and answer thing. So hopefully we did a really excellent job of explaining everything and nobody has any questions, or hopefully that's the case versus everybody sitting by the pool with a margarita, but we'll go with that one.
Either aren't bad.
Either one.
Thank you so much for everybody being on the call. Terry, Jim, Kevin, and Brian, appreciate you. We look forward to hosting more of these in the future, and stay safe, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, everybody.